Right, day 2, or a second vlog, not 2 days, days later. But I did etch out what I would do for a second one. The second one was more around this training plan, what I'm doing, and then this food diet thing I'm trying out. So it's still all this Sufferfest stuff. I skipped the Sufferfest dieting the last time. It was too complex. I'm rubbish with food. I don't even know what I'm doing with food most of the time. I'm just trying not to eat too much of it. So it feels like the best move is to not eat the bad stuff and make the right choices. So I did that, and I was successful. I lost a lot of weight. That was cool. But now I'm like looking at this body fat percentage part, and thinking about this watts per kilo situation, and trying to climb hills faster and all that. I mean, I'm not obsessed with losing weight, but it would be interesting to tune the system, see what happens, see what I can knock off. And then I thought, sit on the balcony, talk about it. Beautiful spring day in Australia. It's a lot nicer than it has been. It's warmer. I'm wearing flip-flops and a t-shirt. I'm pleased about that. Working from home, having a break from the computer. So yeah, let's get into this. So the big thing here with the food thing is like this banana milkshake before the rides. I mean, I feel like I'm drowning before I go but I'm riding, and I'm like, ugh. Banana milkshake. I mean, they're tasty. Banana, milk, bit of honey. But man, I'm not used to having stuff in my stomach when I'm smashing some watts. So that's been weird. But I've done it 3 times. I mean, today's effort was a bit rough. In the timeline of video editing, who knows when I'll get this up, but it'll be up at some point, and then I can talk about something else in the future that was in the past. Whatever. Anyway. So this banana milkshake, which is cool pre-ride, limiting, depending on the intensity of ride, limiting the what sort of liquids you're having when you're riding, having more of a breakfast. I did some poached eggs. I filmed myself making poached eggs for the first time. I'm stuck at making them, but I made them, and they had runny yolks, and I feel like that's the win factor. The condition, do you get a runny yolk? So I did that. I'm making 3 of these things. Supposed to have 3 pieces of toast, but I'm only eating 2. I don't really do bread. So I'm modifying a bit there. Even 3 eggs seems a bit much. I might even move this too. But it's about fueling for the working out. So that's, I guess it's more about having the right protein levels versus carb levels in your system for when you do these workouts, these rides. So I get it. I get the fueling. And I mean, I'm talking about fueling. I mean, even in the past when I was working on the fuel stuff or figuring out how to do the riding and fueling the engine, it became very apparent. It was always about, what you'd eaten 24 hours prior, as opposed to what you'd eaten on the day so much, because your body is, kind of converting that fuel into the stuff you're going to need, and gives you that sort of buffer or residual benefit. So definitely get what's happening with combining the right foods with the workout and the intensity of the workout. But I guess you got to do it for a while to get the benefits as well. 2 sandwiches, I mean, god dang, with meat and salad. I mean, that's a lot of food for lunch. So I'm doing that. I did that yesterday, which was tasty. This kale salad thing with coleslaw thing that we had left over. Pop that on there with some ham. Tasty. Some light rye bread. I was working. Snacks in there. Eating apples now. So this is some fruit sugar, which I don't really do, but I'm doing it for this to see what happens. And then the afternoon's like this sort of mix of tunas and Vita Wheats, and then dinner is just like meat and veg. And then you get an evening snack of some yogurts. You got the Greek variety yogurts. I'm finishing up the other just vanilla yogurt first, but I'm having a yogurt, 200 grams of that yogurt, which is hectic. It's double the portion size, so I feel a little nervous about that. But anyway, I think it's about the balance of the fuel you need in the engine. So I'm getting over my inhibitions of like overeating, or what feels like overeating a little bit here, to see what happens. In the lead up to now, I've dropped 5 kilos, just, getting the fat off. So I'll have to beat that, I think. I don't know. YouTube too. I'll be good. Yeah, I'll be good. Maybe my kids might watch this, maybe. Anyway, see that my girlfriend's got her bike set up. I'm forcing her to get on there. She's trying. It'll be good. She said something about, will I include her in the videos, and that she wants to look good for that. Or will I surprise attack her? I think the surprise attack would be more fun initially, and then see what she does. But that's probably more my style. I don't even know if I'll go down the personal stream. I don't know. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm doing with this thing yet. I did make a choice around branding this thing. What do I call it? And it sort of came up by accident, and I'm going to call this thing Loud Kit Day, because the whole idea behind what I do with the riding is to get out in a loud kit on the road and kick some people's asses up the hills, or just drop some people here and there and just feel really cool on the inside about it, or get dropped. That's cool too. I like that, a smack in the face. It's a Loud Kit Day. That's what I'm going to call it. I even made a logo that resembles my face and my head when I look like a bike guy. My girlfriend called out that I wear a lot of hats. I've got a gimmick. I'm a hat guy. So today's my authentic hat day. So back to the health thing and the diet thing. I mean, that's where I'm at. I'll probably drop that back in on there, thematically talking about how I go with it. It's pretty aggressive. It's a lot of food. It varies in its sort of carb levels, which is seemingly is the theme. I'm in the 3-week plan, so I'm 4 days into that plan, which is cool. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about, because I filmed my ride yesterday when I was out on the road with the GoPro, and then use the Garmin, the Garmin editing suite to then put the overlays over it. And I realized when I was out riding that, I'm a real defensive cyclist. And I had this conversation the other day, and this is the big thing with the girlfriend, getting her out on the road. It's just about being a defensive rider. It's not about, people go and pay for courses to be defensive drivers, to learn how to drive better on the road. And so tomorrow, whenever I do this video, and tonight, I don't know, the world doesn't really exist in replay or in delay here. I'm going to do a bit where I narrate how I do what I do. I'll talk more about that later in that video. But when I'm on the road, because I feel as though I'm pretty confident, comfortable road cyclist, get out on the road, feel comfortable in the cars. I know when I should be in the way or when I shouldn't be. So I'm going to talk that one through. It seemed like a good one. I haven't done any searching to see if it's out there, but if other people have done it. But it feels like a thing to do. New South Wales and Australia has gone bonkers with laws and rules and rage, and man, it's just about sharing the space. And like a car, a bike, or someone walking, I mean, it's all about making choices. And so I want to talk that through, about how to be a bit more savvy with what choices to make, when to make them, how to be a bit more aware, what your responsibility is. Maybe it's all my opinion. Like I even know it. I'm not a doctor and study this stuff, but I just do it. I've been riding a bike since I was so young. I just it's there. But that'll be a cool video, I think. Something interesting. I think something that people can learn from. So I'm thinking about that. Other thing I might do is I've got this bike maintenance thing I'm going to do. I've got twofold there. I've got to replace my BB30 press fit bearings, or if that's what they're called. The BB30 with the bearings in the frame. I'm going to pull them out. I bought some tools. Imported some stuff from China. Got real bearings, but tools and stuff cheap. So I can pop those out, film that, show people that. Got some hacks on how to maybe fix existing bearings, get some more life out of them, just what to do. Some inline hacks that got me more life out of it. That's a learning I'm sure somebody can get benefit from. Also looking at getting a Cork or SRM power meter. So it's a pretty brainless task if you've got the tools to replace these things, but I might track that out and see how it goes. I got a Stages now on the left, which is neat, but obviously it's doing a balanced sort of estimate, which isn't necessarily true, and riding as many days as I do and doing as much as I do, it'd be better to know what my balance is in my left and right legs. I think that I'm dominant. It feels like I am, but at the same time, like I really need to know. It's just an excuse to spend money maybe, but I feel like it'll be good data. And with summer coming, I'll be out on the road a lot more, so it'd be good to get that, combine information and start reading into that and understanding what I can do a little differently when I'm out there chomping the road, eating up the K's. That's my bunch of stupid stuff I just said, but I said it. It came out of my brain. So yeah, that's this thing. More of an intro. Where we're at Loud Kit Day. That's this. That's what this is going to be. You know, I think I got support. People, you know, I haven't shared this with anybody, but I get support from the girlfriend. She knows I'm doing it. So she'll be supportive. I think she likes this stuff. You know, my kids will be pumped, but they just like anything to do with putting stuff on the internet. So you know, that's that. So yeah, there's something I just rambled for ages about. 11 minutes 23. I'll edit this down. I'll make it small, chop it up, make it little. Anyhow, that's me. Obligatory exit. Peace.